Hi, kitty cats. Transgender Awareness Week began last Thursday and will end this coming Thursday, November 20th, as we observe Transgender Day of Remembrance. Now, maybe you're not aware of what it means to be transgender, and maybe you are. But either way, today I'm going to present to you my top 10 transgender awareness myths to be busted. And so after this video, you're not going to have any excuse for being unaware. And then, of course, after we've had some fun talking about the transgender experience, we can jump right back into the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood because, I'd really like to get to the election so that we can see who ends up leading the coven. Wow, everything's running a little bit behind here. I'm like a minute ahead of everybody at the moment. The other thing I noticed, too, is I totally forgot my water. And I don't know if my wife is listening, maybe she will come down here and bring me some water. You never know. All right, let me do my live stream opening plugs. I am Dr. Amethysta Herrick. I am an author and a podcaster who discusses identity and gender from a scientific standpoint. You can find much more information about me and the work that I do at the website that you can see down below. The website is purplepawclan.com. And just last night, I updated that to a new version of Ghost, which is pretty sweet. Hi, Esther Jennifer. On the website, you can find me on all my social media networks, all three of them. You can also read the articles that I write about identity and gender, and you can view podcasts just like this one. So to support my work, if you'd like to do that, you can get a subscription on the website for as little as $5 a month. But you can also just sign up for my free email newsletter to keep you aware of what I'm up to, including all of the work that I do in with hypnosis. So that's fun too. If you also, if you write original work about identity and gender, I'd love to publish you too. So if you'd like to contribute, once again, go to that contact page on the website, and that's purplepawclan.com. It really seems like I'm quite a bit behind here. I don't know what's going on this. Let's hope that people are seeing me. But I'm not even, at this point, I'm not even seeing comments, and my things are going a bit slowly here. So I don't know. I wonder if we're happening. I got a message that said that there was a funky thing going on with the internet. So, you never know. Hey, look at this. Thank you. I got water. Apparently my wife heard me. Woohoo! Okay. So here I'm going to do my top 10. Oh, good, I'm here. Thank you. I'm glad everybody sees me. All right, my top 10 transgender awareness myths. There's so many things. We have a bunch of people who come out and they go, well, here's what it means to be transgender. And these are all weird people and they are horrible. Hey, Vesper. And I just want to bust all those things because it's kind of ridiculous. We're in the middle of Transgender Awareness Week and there are still a bajillion people capable of completely misrepresenting, what our situation was. I also, oh my gosh, Opheliac 13, I love that name. I also made banners for this whole thing, which is sort of fun. So here we go. Transgender awareness myth number 10. Oh, look at that. Transgender awareness myth number 10. Sex and gender are the same thing. No, totally wrong. It turns out that both sex and gender are concepts that are owned by biology. They're not owned by politicians. And even if politicians or, just like general people use these words, nice animation, use these words in a way inconsistent with the way biology defines them, it's still wrong. I mean, I can bring this up in a different way to say that, just because you have like a laser pointer and you can make your cat run in circles, certainly doesn't mean you can derive the Schrodinger equation for the particle in a box, which was fundamental in learning how to develop lasers. If you use these words wrong, you're still wrong. I don't care what that is. These are concepts owned by biology. Sex is a concept solely concerned with reproduction. It makes a difference only when an organism wants to reproduce. And yes, this means that the concept sex covers every species in nature, not just humans. When an organism wants to reproduce with another organism, it will make a difference what gamete both organisms produce. Otherwise, truly, the concept of sex means very little in normal life because, believe it or not, organisms do not engage in reproduction that often. Think about your own life. You know I'm true here. You know I'm right. But you remember I said that an organism will want to reproduce with another one? Well, what defines whether the other organism can reproduce with you or with, that organism? It comes down to many factors, one of which is physical structure, obviously. You're going to want a partner that has the appropriate sex organs. Obviously, you're going to hope that they've reached sexual maturity. And there may still be issues going on there, like, as you get older, maybe you've had an accident, maybe there were biological functions, lack of biological function, including congenital lack of biological function. But it turns out there can also be social pressures. There are some species that change their gamete just typically during their lifespan, sometimes due to environment. And that's called sequential hermaphrodism. But then there are some species that change their gametes several times during mating season. And before you go, what? No way! It's not that uncommon. It's actually fairly common outside of humanity. And then, of course, there are behavioral pressures, like physical markers. There are, what are they called? Bonobo monkeys, I think, that have the big red poofy butts. There are physical markers. There are mating rituals like singing and fighting and stuff. And then the last thing is, maybe she's just not that into you. Could be that too. The point is, there's a word that encompasses all these factors. The physical, the cognitive, the behavioral, the social. And that word, through biology, is gender. And yes, that word also, like sex, covers every species in nature, not just human. So here's a quick way to tell the difference between sex and gender. Sex lets you ask the question, what gamete was contributed during this particular act of reproduction? Gender allows you to ask the question, what is the total sum of factors that might make an organism ready to contribute a gamete? Or you can always just have sex for fun. You don't have to contribute a gamete. Don't let that stop you. So there you go. Transgender awareness myth number 10. Let me find my next one. Here we go. Transgender awareness myth number 9. I wish I had some music for that. Myth number 9. Pronouns are based in scientific definitions. I don't know how many times I've seen people go, well, I'm going to start calling you such and such because it's scientifically accurate. Well, it actually turns out that in some species, humans developed words to describe their ability to reproduce. Like, for instance, if you look in horses, look at equines, which certainly at least used to be very important to humans. If you have a horse that is unable to reproduce because it's too young, that horse is called a foal, that equine. If you have a horse that's between 1 and 4 years and possibly able to reproduce, that horse might be called a colt or a filly. If you know that this horse is over 4 years old, capable of reproduction, you might call them a stallion or a mare. And then there are horses that are purposely changed by humans not to be able to reproduce. And these are called geldings. So all of these words describe genders of equines. Now, it is true pronouns can be associated with genders. There are some languages that have not just gendered pronouns, but gendered nouns and gendered adjectives. Spanish and French are two really great ones. But you'll notice that gender does certainly not have to correspond to anything scientific. For instance, a table is feminine in Spanish, la mesa. Table is feminine. Why is a table feminine in Spanish? Is there something inherently feminine about a table? But let's go even further. It turns out a uterus, the actual female reproductive organ, el útero. Why is a uterus masculine in Spanish? There's no scientific correspondence to gender and nouns and pronouns. In fact, there are some languages that have pronouns that relate social status or the actual relationship to the speaker. Those are the pronouns. The pronouns are related to those things. Japanese is a great example. I believe Chinese has some too. And then we can go on to show that there are languages that have no gendered nouns, no gendered adjectives, no gendered pronouns. Geez, pardon me. Like Hungarian and actually Finno-Ugrian languages as a whole. The point is, with myth number 9, language served humans long before we understood sexual reproduction. He does not have to correspond with the ability to produce sperm, and she does not have to correspond with the ability to produce ova. You know why? Because we use those same terms in English to describe children who have not even yet reached sexual maturity. Myth number 9. Pronouns are based in scientific definitions. What do I got? Let me see. We got crop tops. Oh, yeah, the crop tops. Yeah, Margie, I've seen this shirt that Margie's talking about. Whoa, how about that? Well, now all my banners changed. Okay, well, that's fun, too. Wow. So Margie showed me a picture of a top that she made with a wood type printing press. It was pretty neat. It's kind of cool. Oh, Genevieve, I didn't know that you were a printing press operator. Oh, by the way, I could stand to say hi to people. Hi, Angela. Hi, Margie. Hi, Genevieve. Hi, Bo. Hi, Ildiko. Because I got water. Okay. Bo says, especially the tables. Especially the tables from A Clockwork Orange are especially feminine. Yeah, where does that even come from? I don't know. All right, I got one more. Here's my next myth. Myth number 8. I think I need like a whoosh noise. Just like a whoosh noise would be cool. Myth number 8. Being transgender is a mental disorder. No. Typically, being transgender, calling oneself transgender, is associated with gender dysphoria, the experience of gender dysphoria. But gender has many, many definitions, even to psychologists who are the ones who name the thing. And it's been categorized, like in a lot of sciences, they categorize it, they give it a name, because it allows us to refer to what it is that's being studied. Just because there's a word for something, once again, to return to our pronouns, just because there is a word for something does not necessarily mean that it describes everything about it. So, turns out, a condition of the human experience, which is what you find in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, version 5, text revision. Vesper's just about to jump in and go, oh, you're talking about DSM again? A condition of the human experience is not the same as a disorder. Disorder actually implies a dysfunction. Dysfunction means that it affects your daily life. For instance, if you are depressed for a day or two, see, Vesper just jumped in. You know me so well. Being depressed for a day or two is not the same as a chronic dysfunction. There are clinical versions of there's a word for this. Anyway, I wish I could remember it. There are ways of telling whether or not something is a disorder, and a day or two of depression is not one of them. It is possible to experience gender dysphoria without chronic dysfunction, and I think many of us here will be able to say that we took certain number of years before the gender dysphoria became dysfunctional. So Vesper also brings up the point. Everything in the DSM falls upon the spectrum of human experience. But as I said, I wish I could pop these up, they can become chronic and become a disorder. So it gives a dysfunction, leads to dysfunction. But this disorder comes from chronic gender dysphoria. The disorder is not being transgender. And again, it's because you have a a chronic dysphoria disrupting your life. And usually what you do when somebody has a chronic issue disrupting their life is fix it. That's not a mental disorder. So, myth number 8. Being transgender is a mental disorder? Nope. Yeah, and as Vesper says, gender transition is the fix. All right, let me see what else we have here. Speaking of gender dysphoria, hello, Christine. Myth number 7. Myth number 7. Gender dysphoria is only for transgender people. No, not at all. Gender dysphoria, if you look in the DSM, it's typically associated with a feeling of mismatch between your body and the way you want to express yourself within that body. But there are several subcategories of gender dysphoria, and ultimately what this comes down to is that gender, because it has a social component, you end up with gender dysphoria that can stem purely from social pressures. What could some of those be? What social pressures could be out there in the world? Well, it turns out that women oftentimes feel gender dysphoria when their boobs are too big, or their boobs are too small, or their hair isn't blonde enough, or their clothes aren't fashionable enough. You'll find there are many men who feel gender dysphoria when their private parts are just a bit too small, or maybe they can't get it up, as it were, or maybe their pecs are just too small when they go to the gym, or maybe their salaries are a bit too small, or maybe their car isn't fast enough, or their wife's not pretty enough. That's gender dysphoria. Gender dysphoria comes when we are expected to satisfy a social norm and we fail to do so. So there you go. Myth number 7. Busted. Gender dysphoria is only for transgender people? No. I'm really enjoying these little banners. I wish I'd done this earlier. Because then I'd start popping these things up when I'm like, oh, I'm going to change subjects now, so maybe I'll start doing it. Who knows? But, all right. Myth number 6. What the hell is it? All right, here we go. I got to go to my notes here. I got to check my notes. Myth number 6. All transgender people transition gender. No, absolutely not true. It turns out there is a distinction between the state of being transgender, which is to say experiencing a chronic gender dysphoria that ultimately leads to some form of dysfunction in your life, and the actual action of transitioning gender. Now, one of these is how you feel, just literally how you feel. Chronic gender dysphoria, as I mentioned in myth number 8, I think 8. Chronic gender dysphoria is commonly associated with being transgender. And yet, it doesn't have to be chronic, and it doesn't have to lead to dysfunction. So chronic gender dysphoria is commonly associated with being transgender, and that's how you feel. That is the state of being transgender. The other is what you do. Are you going to change your name? Are you going to wear different clothes? Are you going to begin wearing makeup, or for that matter, stop wearing makeup? Do you ask people to use a different name, use different pronouns? Are you going to present ultimately yourself in a different form than you have before? That is active. One is a state of being, one is a state of doing. These are actions, it turns out. When you do begin to transition gender, when you take some of these actions, these are actions that can cause cessation of gender dysphoria symptoms. But, which one is it? Here we go. Not everybody is in a safe place. Some people are not able to transition. Not everybody has the resources to transition gender. And not everybody, this is the one that I see the most, not everybody has reached the point that they must transition gender. So myth number 6, all transgender people transition gender. Geez, I wish I had I should have had a graphic or something that went, oh well. There's always next year, right? When Transgender Week, Awareness Week will come back. All right, what do we got? Brooklyn Leeson asks, should I be gay? Well, go at it. I don't care. So Bo Hall says right here, dislikes her body hair. Yeah. So there you go. It happens. Happens all the time. There's a lot of gender dysphoria, symptoms of gender dysphoria that are not necessarily correlated with mental disorder, etc. So thank you for that, Bo. I'm really liking this animation. All right, what do we got? Myth number 5. Oh, here we go. I love this one. Myth number 5. Surgery will make you transgender. Well, if it's untrue that every transgender person transitions, this one must be an obvious nope. There is the distinction between being transgender and doing a gender transition, and surgery is but one action that some transgender people can take to take care of feelings of gender dysphoria. But it is clearly not the only action transgender people take, because it could be that you change your hair, or that you change your name, that you get a new top. It's not the only action that transgender people take, and for that matter, it actually isn't even the most common action that transgender people take. Being transgender, as I mentioned before, is very different from the act of transitioning gender. And if you're out there going, you know what, I'll never be able to afford surgery, or I'll never be able to get to a safe place where I'll be able to enjoy surgery. I don't know if enjoy is the word I want to use there, but you do not need surgery in order to be transgender. And I'm going to say the same for any other form of gender transition. The same thing goes for hormone therapy. The same thing goes for name changes or clothes changes. Each of us has different ideas of how we want to express ourselves. There's no one act that's going to make you transgender, because nothing makes you transgender. You either are or you are not, based on chronic gender dysphoria, and then you might go on to take some certain actions to take care of those. So, myth number 5. Surgery does not make you transgender. Silly people. Oops. Oh, I put myth 6 back up. Sorry. I'll take that down. Let me check these comments. Oh, I see Zabazor. Hi, Zabazor. All right, who do we got here? Oh, Erica is here. Hi, Erica. Good to see you. So Genevieve said she used an IPL, a little IPL thing, which is kind of cool. Hey, Daft Brodil is here too. Hi. So Margie, I think you said, didn't you, somewhere around here, you said you got, you have a consultation for laser hair removal, which, by the way, was the greatest thing for me. I absolutely adored, laser hair removal. And Genevieve says, talks about using an IPL, which I don't remember what that stands for. I don't know, but the IPL is like an LED thing that can help take care of some hair growth. And Vesper says, actually, yeah, lasers changed everything, definitely. So here we go. See, this is a great one. Thank you, Angela. Always a good comment coming from Angela. Angela says she had bottom surgery to help the way she looked, but she was certainly transgender before. Totally agree. That's the way it works. Oh, intense pulsed light. Thank you. Intense pulsed light. That seems, it seems like that should have been a little bit more sciencey sounding. Just like, well, it's intense and pulsed. I mean, it just seems like just like it should have been a little bit more sciencey sounding, interactive photos. I don't know. I think I gave up all of my science when I mentioned using the Schrodinger equation or deriving the Schrodinger equation for the particle in a box in order to develop lasers. I think I used up all of my science cred there. Oh, is this true? Bo says that IPL slows down hair growth but doesn't eliminate it. Well, Daffodil, we were talking about myth number... What was myth number 5? Oh, that surgery makes you transgender. And I said that surgery is not the only thing. Nothing makes you transgender. And nothing is a standard activity base of being transgender. So we were talking about laser hair removal in particular. And then Geneviève brought up the idea of an IPL device, which also helps to apparently slow down hair growth. So there we go. Here's myth number 4. I love this. Well, wait. Oh, I'm almost a half an hour in. Let me do my station identification really fast. I'm Dr. Amethysta Herrick. I talk about gender and identity, and here I am talking about Transgender Awareness Week and my top 10 myths that I wanted to bust about being transgender and being aware of being transgender. Wow, I'm terrible at talking sometimes. There you go. See, this is it. This sounds good, right? Intentional photolysic la 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 la. There you go. All right, here we go. Myth number 4. Myth number 4. Myth number 4. You can always tell. No. I don't know how many people I know who have transitioned gender and continue to live and just totally live in stealth with nobody knowing nobody knowing that they began a certain way, that they ended up a certain way, what they went through to get there. A lot of people end up changing cities or changing jobs or whatever because some people just don't want it to be known. As it turns out, let's see, the other day Margie was mentioning your mileage will vary. This is not a mileage may vary. It turns out there are some people, many people even, who transition gender and simply turned out in a way that modern society would consider, well, they satisfy certain social norms. Doesn't make them better or later or better or more valid than anybody else. They happen to turn out in a way that they're capable of satisfying social norms where people go, oh, well, it looks like that person could have been assigned female at birth. Just to bring up my own story, despite having begun gender transition at 52 years old, I'm in a spot where I can consider myself pretty fortunate because most places I go, most people I meet, they never know. You can always tell? I've got a question for you then. Let me pose this question and let's just curious. Because I always hear that conservatives, we can always tell, right? If conservatives can always tell, why is it that so many conservatives seem to have a lot of accidents? Somehow they ended up with transgender porn on their computer or their phone or on both their computer and their phone, and they're in lots and lots and lots of it. How come they have so many accidents watching transgender porn or even accidentally engaging in acts with transgender women? You can always tell? Sure you can. Answer me that question then. Because certainly it wouldn't be because a conservative would want to engage in some sort of act with a transgender person, right? We're absolutely horrible. So myth number 4. You can always tell? No. As Daffodil says, yeah, no. Laugh my ass off. I love that. All right. Let me check comments again. Sorry, I think I missed a few. Because I know... What did I miss? Here we go. Okay, so Angela says, there we go. She wished there were lasers in her day. She had to have electrolysis for a few hundred hours. Ooh. Oh, I can't even tell you how terrible that sounds. It does hurt. You know what? I got some laser. I got laser first, and then I got some electrolysis, and I didn't even finish with all the electrolysis. I did laser, and I was like, "Oh, this is awful. Oh my god, this hurts. I can't believe how much this hurts. This sucks." And then I went and got electrolysis, and I was like, "You know what? I wish I could go back to the laser place." The way I like to think of it is, if you have, like, if laser is like, that one kind of horrible, like, Irish priest in town, who always, yells at you. Oops, hide. There we go. What the? Oh, there it goes. Who's always yelling at you. I think of, electrolysis as like his Dominican, Dominican sect cousin, who's capable of, who administers inquisitions. So there you go. Charlotte is here. Hello, Charlotte. Oh, Charlotte says IPL pretty much took care of all her hair. That's awesome. You are blessed. Yeah, that's for sure. Hi, Miranda. Miranda also says I'm looking good. Thank you very much. I've got these big, huge eyelashes that I keep on trying to figure out, do I like them or not? They make me feel like I feel like Heather Graham with them. She always had the big, huge eyelashes. Big, huge eyelashes. So let me see. So Angela also says, as long as we're talking about You Can Always Tell. Oh, thank you, Daft Brodil. Says, loves the lashes on camera. I get a kick out of them. So Angela says she's lived in stealth for most of the 35 years of her transition. See, like, that's awesome. Oh, gosh. Charlotte, you bring up such an amazing point. Here we go. The idea, on one hand, that what we're trying to do is trick people into believing that we're something we are not, and yet they can always tell. Which is it? One way or the other here? And Boaz, typical, drops a bomb. I think a lot of conservatives obsess over the tool size and are overly envious. Oh, they do. I'll tell you. I'm sure they do. I don't know. All of a sudden, somehow we end up with, conservatives. They always seem to end up with, oh, I don't know how that got on my laptop and my desktop and my personal phone, and my work phone, and my work laptop. And I happen to have pictures in the filing cabinet across the way there, and I've got a couple of things, like at my mom's house, that I stuck in the basement, and you can always tell. All right, let's go. So wait a minute, did we do it? Myth number 4 is done. All right, myth number 3. Gender transition is quick and easy. There is a common piece of misinformation. It's come from several people, actually, in the U.S. government, who say that there can be a junior high school student who goes to school a boy and comes home a girl. I got at least one person saying, "Oh, I wish." I know, right? Hey. Oh no, that's still up. So yeah, Daft Brodil says also, I feel like the conservatives only focus on M2F. They don't talk much about FTM. They certainly don't. It is really interesting. And I agree with you. Daft Brodil says because patriarchy, agreed. You're going from the inferior, let's say inferior, to the superior, presentation there. And like, I think the other men are like, who the hell cares? You're short and you don't have the same amount of muscles that I do. But anyway, gender transition is quick and easy. No, you cannot go to junior high school a boy and come home a girl. Please. This is 100% fabrication. Everybody here knows the beginning gender transition is very, very difficult. In part, so let's go through like a way, what am I looking for here? Let's go through like a sequence. Let's say you want to start off with using insurance to cover transition expenses. Typically, that means you're going to need to find a psychologist who can evaluate you, is capable of evaluating you, and then will evaluate whatever, evaluate you, and then give you a diagnosis of gender dysphoria. And then typically right after that, you get to be referred to a specialist. And that could be forever and a day. Typically, you're going to wait a long time. If you happen to have some money, you may wait a little bit less time. But what you're looking at is you're still going to need somebody to evaluate you. Many healthcare professionals follow WPATH, the World Professional Association for Transgender Health. They follow those recommendations or something very similar, which means if you're looking to get a certain amount of a certain surgery to go to school a boy and come home a girl, not only do you have to get this evaluation, you're also going to be on HRT, on hormone replacement therapy, for at least a year. This is a recommendation from WPATH. Then you're going to have to find at least 2, depending upon where you're going. For instance, when I went to Thailand, I had to have 3 mental health professionals to vouch that surgery is going to be beneficial for me. And then when I got to Thailand, they actually evaluated me again. I had 2 psychiatrists who talked to me as well. It's not easy. The thing is, too, you're still going to wait on all of this. You've got to get the evaluation. You got to go through all of this. You're going to wait for surgery, which could be months and months and months and months. But let's say you've got a whole lot of money. Let's say you're an Elon Musk kind of fellow. Actually, let's hope you're not. But if you have a whole lot of money, you are still going to need your parents' approval to get surgery. It's absolutely ridiculous. Here we go. Myth number 3, gender transition. I can't get rid of this one comment off my screen. Gender transition is quick and easy. Not in the least. That is absolutely ludicrous. And anybody who's gone through this knows it very, very well. Vesper makes a great point here. It's not just gender affirming surgery, by the way. Vesper says in the U.S., most elective surgeries, which she put in quotes, require a psychiatric assessment. Yeah, I mean, I know that there are. I can't think. There's something that I know is in the DSM. It was like surgery addiction disorder or something. I don't think that's what it was called, but something similar, where you have to. They want somebody, a psychiatrist or a psychologist maybe, to evaluate you to say, well, this person isn't being weird with surgery. It's okay, weird. Let me see. Where do we go? Let me look at some of these comments. Miranda brings up, when you're 70, there is stealth in passing as a post-menopausal suburbanite housewife. I can really rock the soccer grandma look. Yeah, when I first started, I don't think I'd even put on a patch. But I talked with somebody, so I don't know if I did or didn't. It doesn't make a difference. But I talked to somebody named Bianca. It turns out her name is Bianca. She's lives in Israel. I hope she's okay. If you're watching, Bianca, I hope you're okay. But Bianca said, you actually have an advantage starting this at 52 because people are going to look at you, and it's okay if you look a little bit, rough around the edges because you're older. And I was like, thanks, babe. Anyway, let me see. See, here you go. Bobby went to school and came home after surgery. It's so ridiculous. Like, Bobby was walking home, and there's like this, strip mall with a gender clinic where he just drops in and goes, hey, do you think I could maybe, and then like they conk him over the head or something and drag him in back or something. Okay, whop it was it, now push him out the door. No. It was stupid. I'm going to tell you. Here's Angela. Here's something Angela says. She has an old client who pays for sex with her who hates transgender people, and he doesn't know she's trans. Right? They can always tell. What a bunch of crap. Jeez. Charlotte, I think I'm not sure how you've come to this conclusion that moving to the United States, you're going to have a quick transition, 3 months, and you're done. No. Nope. Unfortunately, nope. There you go. All right, what am I on? Number 2? Yeah, number 2. All right. Oh, gosh, I have more. Hang on, more comments than I thought. True is what you are and then takes, well, right. Oh, see, here is, hey, Mushroom. Oh my gosh. It's Mushroom Morningstar. Hello, Morningstar. Hi. Yeah, Vesper, getting HRT was not so bad. Like I had one consultation, then I got a blood test, and then I talked to the person again. It was still 3 weeks, like maybe 4, probably close to 4. So, but Angela has a great point. It's very hard she says, it's very hard to realize what you are. Then it takes time to get help and for your body to develop. Yeah, it's not like an overnight snap kind of thing, and there you are. It's ridiculous. But here you go. Yes. So Margie says it really helps to know that a pathway toward it exists. The uncertainty is really corrosive otherwise. So there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of, just being able, just knowing that the people can do this, people have done this in the past, I think is a huge thing. I was actually talking to, it was somebody I talked about recently in another live stream. And she said, do you think anybody would want to hear my story about how difficult it is to be transgender? And I said, oh yeah, because there's a lot of community in recognizing that you're not all alone in these feelings. That's part of the pathway too, and I think that's what I like. All right, myth number 2. That was myth number 3. Did we go through it? Yeah, myth number 3, gender transition is quick and easy. No. Oh, Vesper says she didn't have a blood test. Oh, really? One consultation, then you had to call and say you were ready. All right. I mean, that's pretty good, Vesper. All right, myth number 2. Here we go. Whoosh. Gender transition solves all problems. That's a big no. As it turns out, when you're transgender, you are also still human. I know it's true. It's very true. And some problems, some experiences of being human are not at all related to gender and yet still will be perceived as negative. Things like growing up in poverty, struggling to find housing, finding it difficult to be employed, to stay employed, to make enough money to live. And as it turns out, statistically speaking, the queer community faces all of these in greater measure. And statistically speaking, of the queer community, the transgender community is the worst off. The transgender community has a much higher chance of humans versus cishet people. Much higher chance of struggling with poverty and homelessness and unemployment and difficulty staying in a relationship. Vesper says transition caused a few problems, but solved a lot more. Yeah. Oh, see, Vesper makes a good point. Says it gave her more bandwidth to tackle them. I'm going to say something similar. It is possible that transitioning gender is going to put you in a worse situation. For instance, when I was presenting as a man, I was capable of making scads of money by working in technology and doing whatever technically type things that I did. And I suspect it would be very difficult to do that today. If I were to go back into technology, I think I'd struggle. I think that people would look at me very differently. And even if I were stealth, even if these people didn't know that I'd transitioned, I'd still be a woman in technology. And that would make things very, very much worse because, trust me, being a woman in technology ain't easy. So, transitioning gender... Now Vesper's over here. Transitioning gender may... Oh, hang on, I want to pop up a banner again. Just because I want to see the animation. So much fun. Transitioning gender may help address chronic gender dysphoria. And don't misunderstand me, that is going to be a wonderful experience. And losing that burden, as Vesper even mentioned, losing that burden means that you're going to likely have the fortitude to face other issues in your life. And that's not going to be easy. Does gender transition solve all problems? Unfortunately, no. That's myth number 2. Let me see. Oh, so here's, you know what? I'm not even sure what this is in relation to, but yeah, as David Gilmour once said, we were just faffing about. I think that was actually like that was where I think that's where Comfortably Numb comes from. Like the one song that David Gilmour is so well known for. I thought that was kind of funny. What do we got here? So Miranda says, for her, beginning wasn't too difficult once she figured it out. It's a very good point. I think that beginning gender transition, the first step, there are two steps before you do anything else. Hello, Cole. The first step is to accept that this is something, that this is you, to accept that it is you. And then second, to accept that this is something you should be able to do. So it does take figuring it out. So Miranda says beginning wasn't too difficult. Pretty much just went to the doc and asked for hormones. Yeah, that's not bad. Surgery is another story. Yeah. Ooh, you've been doing an hour and a half of electrolysis for the past year. I was assuming that's a week. Oof. So awful. So awful. Oh my gosh, there were a whole lot more. Well, here we go. Here's more. Angela says that it causes problems. That gender transition causes problems, but it's impossible. It was impossible for her not to transition when she did, no matter what problems it caused. And I think this is I think that's a pretty common experience. We realize that it's going to be difficult. It's definitely going to be difficult. And at the same time, it was like, either do it or you're not going to make it much further in life because it's just that difficult, as Angela says. I know a lot of us have come to that conclusion. I know that was the same with me. And now Miranda says transition brought up many issues, but solved many more. Lots of opportunities to grow. Yeah, mostly I found I've grown in 2 specific places, in my chest and in my butt. No, even in my life, a little bit, not a lot. But like Margie says, this is totally true. Like all of a sudden, she can feel her emotions. She can cry. And it does make a huge difference. It was really, really huge for me when I was capable of expressing emotions. I don't even want to say expressing, feeling them. That is the thing. I like this one too. This is beautiful, Margie. She says, she calls the feminine experience of emotions swimming in the ocean because it's so deep. Yeah. It was so funny. Not funny. When I realized what was happening to me, and it was 2-3 weeks in, it wasn't even all that long, but 2 or 3 weeks in, I was like, what am I feeling? What the hell is this? And I was like, oh, this is an emotion. Oh my gosh. I can feel an emotion other than anger? It was like a brand new experience. Not even like, it was a brand new experience. But here we go. Vesper says that it really hurts one of her major relationships. Yeah, I mean, with my mother, hasn't been great. And at the same time, as Vesper says, it made so many other relationships more meaningful. Same. One of the reasons I didn't transition was because we had a son, for a kid. And one of the reasons why I felt so horrible was because I realized I couldn't transition because we had a son for a kid. And so as a result, I had a horrible relationship with my poor kid. They weren't happy. Neither was I. And now, we hug each other. Occasionally. Here we go. This is, oh my gosh. So Vesper says she's felt a huge emotional difference. Yeah. Oh, so true. Something came up that made her mad, and then she wound up crying for 3 hours. That's serious. 3 hours. All right. So gender did we bust this? Okay. So myth number 2. Gender transition solves all problems. Nah, I wish, but it might bring up as many problems as it solves. And myth number 1. Can we have a Paul? Can you give us a drum roll, Paul? Oh, Paul Schaefer's not in my room. I didn't realize. Who knew? All right, well, anyway, myth number 1. Gender-affirming care is the root of all evil. And I think you have to say it just like that. Evil. It's got to be, a really long drawn-out E. Gender-affirming care is the root of all evil. But let's look at this phrase. 2 words with a hyphen. One's hyphenated. Gender-affirming care means anything that makes you feel affirmed in your choices of expressing gender. Now, you may recall back in myth number, what the hell number was it? Looks like 10, 9, 8, so a 7. Back in myth number 7, everybody can experience gender dysphoria. Everybody, oh hey, Anxiety Gardener. Everybody can experience gender dysphoria, and everybody can feel affirmed as well in the choice of expressing gender. So it turns out, let's say if you wanted to, appear more virile, maybe you'll end up wearing like fake tan type makeup, like President Donald Trump. If you want to appear more womanly with your shape, maybe you're going to end up getting breast augmentation, kind of like Representative Lauren Boebert. And maybe if you want to appear more fun-loving, maybe you're going to bleach your hair blonde and wear a whole lot of eyeliner, kind of like Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. The fact is, gender-affirming care is everywhere. You have gender-affirming care in your soap. You have gender-affirming care in your toothpaste, your hair dye, your makeup. There's gender-affirming care in all of the fashion that we have with our clothes, in the slang that the kids speak, in recreation that we engage in. There's gender-affirming care when you go to the gym, when you go to the salon. These are things that happen all the damn time. Gender-affirming care ultimately is there to make us feel happier. Gender-affirming care helps us feel like we express ourselves completely. Well, let me move my banner here because I'm getting a lot of comments. And I'm going to tell you this. If Trump, if Marjorie Taylor Greene, if Lauren Boebert can do this, so can you. If you don't feel right, you are the only person who can know that for sure. There is nobody who can tell you who you are. There is nobody who can tell you what's going to make you feel right. And that means that there is nobody who should stand in your way. Myth number 1, gender-affirming care is the root of all evil. Evil, like Anxiety Gardener says, lifted diesel trucks. That's a form of gender-affirming care. No, gender-affirming care is not the root of all evil. It is, I would contend. It might be the root of all good. So there. Let me check comments here. Let me see. So that was all I had to go through. I went through all my top 10 myths. I hope everybody now feels a bunch more aware of being transgender. And if you do, go teach all the people who aren't. Thank you. All right, what do we got here? Oh, hey, Morgan's here. Huh, Morgan? Morgan got here. Here we go. Oh, see, look, Angela says she did not have a relationship until she transitioned. Yeah, I think our ability to connect with other people gets much better, as we transition. I love this one. I love this from Miranda. I want to be evil then. Ooh, I already am. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I wanted to end that with, if being transgender is wrong, then let me be evil. But I didn't have it in me. Oh well. I do love this. Be gay, do crimes. or if you want to, you can call yourself crime. So you can be crime and then go do gays. Why not? It's fun. I just really clacked my teeth together. I don't know if you heard that, but holy cats. That hurt. I don't know how I clacked my teeth together, but This is a crazy thought that I hope doesn't happen. Morgan says she's afraid that being gay might be considered a crime again soon. Let's hope not. Oof. I have a question here. This is great. Anxiety Gardner asks, okay, I have a serious question. Okay. My hair's doing, whatever. A serious question. What is the salutation of respect for they, them / non-binary, like ladies and gentlemen? I think that's a good question. When I've used that, ladies and gentlemen, I have used ladies, gentlemen, and non-binaries. I don't know if that's great. The other thing that I do. Now the thing is, Anxiety Gardner, I seem to remember you said you are a cishet man. Hi, Hannah. And so when I address people, I generally address them as sisters, siblings, and brothers. And so that's what I do. Just sibling. Sisters, siblings, and brothers. Vesper says friends, Romans, and countrymen. I don't know. Country people? What do we do there then? Still, doesn't work. I like, this is so beautiful. Miranda says she was a lot more evil before transition. Living authentically has made her a better person. Right, the root of all evil. What a bunch of hooey. I really did just say a bunch of hooey. That's awesome. I know it's not fake tan. I don't know what the hell that is. Yeah, Oompa Loompa shade number 9 is what Bo Hall says that Donald Trump's wearing. I don't know what that is. It doesn't like fake salon tan. Like you got that, like you can tell, right? We used to see that in pictures of guys who were looking like this. They had the big, I don't know why it was always look like that. So there you go. So here we go. Oh, so Anxiety Gardner was saying that he did an intro to a video and he likes being classically polite. So he wanted to be inclusive. I think that's great. I think that is beautiful. I don't know. Really, honestly, I like the brothers, siblings, sisters, the sisters, siblings, brothers. I think just because I also want to think that everybody in the world ultimately is my brother or sibling or sister. Vesper says, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between. All right, what do we got? What did Margie say that I missed? Did I miss something? Oh, I said the be gays thing, I think. Okay, let me see. Yeah. Oh, I feel much more. I feel much more aware of my boobs as well. So there you go. Oh my goodness. Miranda had to bring up a quote from Rocky Horror Picture Show where Janet sings, touch it, touch it, touch it, touch me. I wanna be dirty. Thrill me, chill me, fulfill me. Creature of the night. Oh boy. That was great. Thank you. And I'm so sorry that I sang. Susan Sarandon sang... Wow, say that 3 times fast. Susan Sarandon saying it poorly. I did the same. All right. Let me see here. I'm powdered cheddar. Gosh. All right. There's a whole... Bo, you're killing me. An orange face with a fish belly white border. Isn't it, though? And then I do like what Vesper says, too. Says, just say, hey, y'all. That's pretty good. All y'all. There's that. Ooh, gosh, there was a great shirt. When I was in Atlanta, I still don't really care for the word y'all. But when I was in Atlanta recently, right, for the Atlanta Pride Festival, I saw people wearing tops that said, it says all of y'all means all, I think is how I think that's what it said. All of y'all means all, and then had like a pride flag behind it. And I was like, ooh, that's cool. I like that. I really dig that. So Anxiety Gardner says he was doing a Twilight Zone kind of video. Ooh, I like that. Preserve the vibe. And now maybe Anxiety Gardner's going to use, hey, all y'all. All right. I am going to, is it 6 o'clock? Yeah, 6 o'clock. I really, really, really want to get to the election in this dang game. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to be gone for 5 minutes. I'm going to pop this up. First of all, I will just say, Morgan, thank you so much for acknowledging this. Morgan and I have become really exceptional friends. She thinks that I've helped her over the last couple of years, but talking to Morgan has also been pretty amazing. And actually, as long as I'm gonna do this, Margie, you also have been very super helpful. So this is the family. This is the family. And Genevieve, right? This is what we do. All right. Don't. I would not boast as sing all you want. It's a free country. I'm gonna tell you, dude. You'll regret. You'll rue the day you said that. What is that from? Is that a real genius? Rue the day. Who talks like that? I love that phrase. All right, here we go. Gonna take a break. Did it go away? It did. Okay, that was my top 10, whatever I said. Top 10 transgender awareness myths busted. I'm gonna take a 5 minute break, and I will be back. We're gonna play a game, and it's gonna be a lovely, lovely time. Be right back.